Hi guys, Mr. Larple Waffles here. This is a very heated debate within the zombies community. Originally, the general consensus was that the Olympia sucked and that the M14 was better. Although recently, tides have somewhat turned, as my most recent poll, the Olympia actually won over the M14. Likely because the Olympia is going to re-appear in Black Ops 7 as an ultra-rarity weapon. So which is better, the Olympia or the M14? That's what we're going to find out in today's video. Before we begin, make sure to like and subscribe for more nonsense content, and let's get straight into the video. Let's start off with the M14, aka the points gun. The M14 can be bought for 500 points, and is a semi-automatic rifle. The gun does 100 damage to the body and 300 to the head. The M14 is decent for the early rounds, but once you start to get to round 10 and 11, the gun really does start to fall off. Overall, it's pretty cheap, making it a decent starting room weapon. At least until you hear "fetch me their souls" when the gun completely shits the bed. It's pretty nasty when it does it too, as the odor lingers. But now it's time to pack-a-punch it, turning it into the Amnesia. Now dealing 200 damage to the body and over 1,200 damage to the head. Now having a 16 size mag. I guess you could say this gun packs a punch. Okay, I'm sorry, that was a terrible pun. The Amnesia is actually pretty good for the mid-teens to early 20s. Because the gun is high pierce, it also makes it very ammo conservant, and you can get a lot of points. Which is rare for BO1, as a lot of times these wall buys, you barely get enough money to even buy ammo back. But all guns do have their flaws. The gun is not good for dogs still, even one pack-a-punch, but long as you have Jug, you should be able to survive the rounds. But once you approach the 30s / are in the 30s, the gun falls off hard. The main issue is not that the gun's heavy, it's just that the gun isn't light, which is amplified by the fact you need to be able to aim in order to hit your shots correctly, as this gun is a 6 times headshot multiplier, which is kind of necessary to do good damage. I already know damn well you're going to get arthritis if you keep using this gun, as its semi-auto nature makes it really annoying to use for high rounds. But now, I only think it's fair to see how good the Olympia performs. For the early game, I wouldn't say it does well, but it doesn't necessarily do bad either. It's not great for points, but it's not bad either. Long as you can hit your headshots, you should be good. It's decent if you need to get a zombie out of your way, especially in the early rounds. But overall, the M14 does seem to have the advantage over here. I'd also like to point out the fact the Olympia can one-shot dogs, making it very ideal for dog rounds. But finally, you save up your money, and now it's time to turn the GOAT Olympia into the Hades. Doing a little over 2,500 damage a shot means that this gun can annihilate the dogs at any round. But it also means that this gun is a beast for the early rounds. Being a one-shot until round 20 and a two-shot till round 28. Cool thing is that once you pack a punch, the gun gets significantly faster reloads, meaning if you can combine that with speed cola, this gun has insanely fast reloads, making it feel more like a semi-automatic gun, rather than a double-barrel shotgun. The gun actually does perform pretty well past round 30, being able to three-shot zombies, which isn't ideal, but it's not bad either, especially considering even guns like the AUG start to fall off at this point. But the best part is that the gun is super light, making it easier to train, and that my fingers don't keep cramping from spamming the trigger. Well, now it's finally time to decide which gun is better, the Olympia or the M14. The Olympia or the M14. It's the Olympia, my guy. While it's not ideal during the early rounds, it is significantly better than the M14 during the middle to late rounds. Mainly because of mobility and it not being semi-auto. Even though technically it is. But at least my hands won't cramp up from using it. Alright, that is it for today, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, as it's my first long-form video on this channel, at least. And hey, you made it this far, so you might as well like and subscribe for more nonsense content. Alright, see you guys next video, or short, depending on which one I post next. Bye.